What's up, world? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of JunesEightyEIght Radio. Let me get some of this good old H2O real quick. Make sure you stay hydrated. It's in this heat, especially if you stay in Texas. It's in the triple digits. It's not playing. It's like the heat is on you out here. The heat is like literally on you. As soon as you walk outside, the heat is like grabbing you. And funny story that happened to me, I was setting up and I was trying to fix my mic stand because it's kind of like loose fitting. Like the mic stand is kind of like, let me show you, like the mic is like kind of like loose noodle legs. And excuse me, I tried to say, let me tighten this thing up. So I get my drill and I guess I tightened this mug up a little too tight and the whole thing broke off. Like the whole thing broke. I'm like, I had this mic stand and it is for this mic. Luckily, I got to just sit it down like this is this mic here. So boom. And yeah, man, soon I decided, soon as I remembered, I said, let me fix this thing. And I had this thing since 2011, 12. I had this joint for a long time, that's just a little funny story. I thought it was kind of like soon I said, "Oh, let me fix this thing." I mean, I got a drill. Let me fix this. Soon I do that, this thing break. Like, gosh dang, I should have just left that joint alone. But this is episode 3, you know what I mean? And I'm just sitting back like I'm having fun doing these episodes. I'm having a good time, and doing these. It's fun. It's fun to do because it's kind of like I did something like this on my other channel, but I was giving more like tips and tricks. But I just want to make this more like of a talk show, like radio joint type thing. I should be having a couple friends on this joint soon, so I hit up a friend, I hit up a buddy of mine to see if she wants to be on the show. I'm waiting for her to respond back, so so she's a songwriter and everything, so y'all know her as J.cole Maurice. So I'm gonna see if I can get her on this joint. It's me personally. I just been like, this heat has been like, you don't want to do nothing. It's so goddamn hot out here. Like you don't want to do anything. You just want to stay in the house where it's cool. It's literally triple digits out here. It's like I don't know why anybody would want to be out there doing anything. Like I don't know what, I don't understand what the hell you would want to do out here. Like why are you going out there? Like what are you doing? Like why are you going out there? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you doing? But yeah, man, it's like it's crazy. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. But like I said last week, I'm currently working on music. Still, I'm sending off. Today is the 4th, August 4th. I should be sending off a song next week. So that song, I don't know when that's. I wanted to drop a song a month, but my plan didn't go as planned. So I think I'm gonna drop a song every other month. You know what I mean? Or I may not. I just may drop a song. I just may say screw it and drop a song. This song comes out, drop it that Friday, whenever I get it back. But yeah, that's the plan. You know what I mean? I just want to continue to give the content because JunesEightyEIght did really well. The first few weeks it did really well. It exceeded my expectations. Overshot them, but like boom, it did really well in my opinion. And so it's like I'm really excited about how it did, and I just want to keep the momentum going. And speaking of momentum, I'm going to talk to y'all about this today. The first topic of the day is overnight success. Do I believe in it? I do not believe in overnight success. I was thinking about this topic the other day when I was jotting down topics. I'm like, a lot of people See, the only way I believe overnight success works is if you have a machine behind you. Because it's kind of like when you sit back, like, where did this person come from? Like, I never heard of this guy. Like, where did he come from? Like, this is like, it seemed like it's happened overnight, but it's kind of like it really didn't happen overnight. It was a process. It's kind of like the label wants to make you seem. It's kind of like, for example, like I said, I always say like it came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. It's like I remember, I jokingly tell this story all the time. When Bryson Tiller first came out, it seemed like he came out of nowhere. Like, where did this guy come from? Like all these new artists, like where did these guys come from? It seemed like it happened overnight, but like nah, it can't be that easy. Because if it was easy to go make it overnight, be an overnight success, everybody would be famous. You know what I mean? I think most of the time it comes into having a small fan base or like having a core following, and you're picking up steam, and the label gets you like, I stop putting out content. We're gonna sign you, and we're gonna re-upload your song, and boom, it's gonna seem like it happened overnight. Because I remember that's how Bryson Tiller was like, yo, he made Don't, uploaded it, didn't do good, took it down, re-uploaded it, and it blew up. I'm like, huh? You know how many times I took down songs and re-uploaded them, and it don't make sense to me. It's like, it's always a label behind it, in my opinion. Like, after I heard a Chameleon there talk about it, like, yo, everybody you see in the top 100, in the top, the label paid for that. The payola is real. Like, all that is like paid for. Like, it's not, they pay for that. You know what I mean? To be in the top spots. Like, oh, so streams on, I'm paraphrasing, but he said that in that sense. Like, oh, damn, that's how that works? Damn. Because he was saying that because he was trying to, backstory, like he was trying to get out his label. He said, yo, he said he was talking to Nelly. He said, yo, you need to get an audit. He said, what's that? Then he got the audit and he figured out what was going on. He said, yo, if you don't let me on my label, I'm going to teach everybody on this label how to do an audit. And they let him on his label, a contract. But it goes back to overnight success. I feel like growing up, it felt like, oh man, you can put a song on MySpace and you can make it like that, have 1 million streams, have a million, they won't even call them streams back. They have 1 million plays, and I can be a celebrity, I can make it. Yeah, with everybody's plan. But you don't understand, like, some of these people actually have followings. Like, and some of these people actually have like a following. And then all that equals success. And sometimes it do happen overnight. And sometimes if you got a big enough buzz in the quote unquote the streets, you know what I mean, got a big enough buzz rolling around your city, labels will come looking for you. Labels will come like, oh, I gotta sign this guy. This guy's, there's some money to be made right there. And once you figure that out, you be like, yo, man, I don't really, once you figure out, oh, because the label can only do so much for you. The label's going to only do so much for you. If they can't make no money off of you no more, they gonna shelf your butt. You know what I mean? That's why I don't mess with labels, but that's a video for another day. But anyway, the overnight success thing isn't real. It isn't real. Like, it's not a real thing. It's not one of the things that actually happens. Like, it's one of the, oh, I can make it overnight. I remember me and a buddy of mine, we had this crazy plan. Like, yo, we gonna work on this project. We work on this song, and we gonna upload it, and we gonna make it overnight. Boom. See how stupid that sounds? Our goal was like, we're gonna record a song, upload it. It's gonna be fire because it's us. Like, we just those dudes. And upload it. It's gonna be, the next biggest song. Didn't happen. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? That was the plan because we saw everybody. It was happening at a rapid pace. So like you think it could happen, you think you could be the next big thing coming up, but it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Just because, like that, and like there's always exceptions to the rule. There's always anomalies. There's always things like, yeah, this guy, everything aligned properly. The Lord put everything in position for that one person to do that, do this one thing. Sometimes it just takes, like I always in a song, I say it's all about timing. It's all about timing. Sometimes you may upload something on TikTok. You may put a clip of your song on TikTok that go viral. People want more, and you drop the whole song, and people be like, "Oh, this is banging. This is a banger. This is wow. This is a dope song. Hey, I love this. Yo, man, blah blah blah. We want more from me." But just because you go viral on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, that don't transition to album sales. You know what I mean? You got, like I always say, if you go viral, capitalize. Always have another joint in the tuck. If one song go viral, always have a string of songs in the tuck that you can, all right, cool. If this song go viral, I'm gonna drop this. Then I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop that. Then I'm just gonna fire off 4 songs. Then I'm gonna drop a project. Then have everything locked and loaded, ready to go. Cause just in case a song go viral, bang out. You know what I mean? Boom. Damn. Like, and then if you kept after that, like start doing shows in your city, start making noise, don't just go viral one time and just stop. Just keep going. And making noise, and that goes into the next topic. I might say I love this is a great topic. This is a great topic because to tie into this, moving does not equal success. It does not. Hear me now. Moving does not equal success as an artist. Let me tell you why. Because I heard this from B King years ago. The interview's probably still up. I think he did it with Say Cheese or somebody. This was old. It's like old, you know what I mean, video. He was like, yo, these rappers, they not popping in their city. Then they move to Atlanta. Then they don't pop in Atlanta. They come back to their city. And everybody looking at them like you're crazy. It's like, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of people, I think we have the mindset like, yo, if I want to be a movie star, let me move to LA. If I want to be a big time music person, artist, they move to Atlanta or New York. You know what I mean? I feel like, I had a buddy of mine say this on Facebook about 3 years ago. And man, I'm thinking about leaving Dallas, man, because blah, blah, blah. I'm in the back like, you haven't logged in enough hours in the city to make that statement. And what do I mean by logging in time in the city? I mean, you haven't put in enough work. You haven't done enough shows. You haven't built a fan base here. But you want to move to a whole new city and start from scratch? You're going to have to put the same legwork in that city, whether it's New York, Atlanta, LA, Chicago. I don't think Chicago's a music city, but New York, Atlanta, and LA. Those are the big music spots. I really feel like if you ain't put in no time, no effort, if you don't have a fan base, you starting over. So you gotta re-up on everything. You gotta re-up on resources. You gotta find the video. You gotta find the music scene. You gotta find the good venues. You gotta weed out the shady people from the good people. Even you gotta find out everything about people. You gotta meet new music. If you want a band, you gotta find a new band members. You gotta find new band players. You gotta find new dancers. You gotta find new everything. But you got resources in your city, but you don't utilize them because you don't feel like, you know what I mean? You're not, because you ain't putting no work in. I've been I'm an artist. I'm in the music scene. I've seen it. I've seen different things. I'm not as deep into the music scene as I should be, but I know enough information to know, like, yo, you got to put in time in the city first before you even think about leaving. You know what I mean? Before you even think about dipping. I feel like if you did everything you could possibly do in the city, if you've been grinding out for 8 years and you got a solid fan base, you got a solid social media following, you got, let's say you got 20,000 on Instagram, 10,000 on Twitter. You know what I mean? People really don't be on Facebook like that, on them Facebook like pages. People don't really be on there like that. But if you got a pretty decent number on there, and like you got a pretty decent following, like when you post something, you got real people in the comments, like you getting a couple thousand likes or a couple hundred likes, 50 something comments, you got like your comments are active when you post, not just bots, which I hate, by the way. Like you got a solid, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And when you ask a question, they answer your question. Like, yo, if I did a show in this city, who would pull up? You know what I mean? Like if I did a show here, how many of my following would pull up? And take note, like, yo, where are my, if you're a fan of mine, where are y'all located at? What city y'all from? You know what I mean? Then calculate that. All right, New York, Brooklyn, yada, yada, yada. If I did a show in Brooklyn, who would show up? If I did a show in, LA, who would show up? If I did a show here, who would show up? Like, what am I fans? Know your audience. I just feel like a lot of y'all just see, oh, such and moved to Atlanta and he took off. This fool probably already had a plan when he went out there. This person probably already had a manager, had somebody working behind the scenes to make that thing work for that person. Then you go out there trying to mimic what they did and you fail. Now you back home looking stupid. Like, man, it didn't work out there. They hating them. No, nobody's hating on you. You just ain't putting no work in. Nobody's hating on you. You are not putting in the work. It's not an overnight success. Just because you moved don't mean you're going to succeed. It's like I said, it's an anomaly thing. Some people just have it. They just have it. You know what I mean? Let me get some water real quick. Like I said, stay hydrated, y'all. It's hot. But some people just ain't got it. You gotta find first you gotta find your sound. Then you gotta find what works. You gotta find what works for you. If you don't have a sound, you just out here doing what's on the radio, or you trying to do what's in the clubs, and you trying to make all this, like I said last episode, I think, buddy of mine, I gotta make a song for the radio, I gotta make a song for the club, I gotta make a song for this. Like, dude, just make music. Just make music. And if so happen it moves into the club, it moves to the club. But then again, I feel like if you make one club song, I feel like you're gonna keep chasing that. What worked? How do we make that? I'm about organic, I'm all about organically making things happen. If I make a video on TikTok and it goes viral and I'm like, all right, okay, I did this. So let me try it again. You know what I mean? Like I said, every artist is subjective. All this is like is a luck of chance. You know what I mean? You may hit 1 million. You may put a video on YouTube and that goes stupid viral, hit 1 million views, but then you drop another video, it only do 100 views. And you trying to figure out what the hell happened. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like a lot of people don't get it. And I had to sit back and learn and study it. Oh, that's how it works, huh? All right, I get it. But a lot of y'all don't get it. Y'all just try to just chase something that just ain't there, instead of just putting in the work, logging in the hours, going to these open mics, doing these showcases, being around artists that can put you on said showcases, and go to these festivals, go to these South by Southwest, that's the biggest music festival in the city, the state of Texas. Go to those things, meet people. Then again, you gotta be careful who you meet, because all these, yeah, man, I can get you on this show. I can get you with this person. Yeah, I can. Oh, I'm such and such as manager. Everybody is somebody's manager. Everybody is somebody's agent or somebody at these things. So you gotta be cautious. Everybody got a picture with somebody. Or I got a picture with Drake, man. See, I'm yada yada yada. See, that's me and Drake at OVO Fest this year, man. I can get you. I can show me. You know what I mean? Don't. All right. I'm not buying into it, but I'm not buying it. But we gonna see what happens. You know what I mean? Everybody want to work with everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody want to get stuff together. But like I say, you gotta build. You gotta. It's like building a team. You gotta That's another thing. You have a good team. We're gonna talk about that in another episode. But you gotta understand. You gotta put yourself around these people, around these artists, around these things. You know what I mean? To help you succeed, because like I said, just because you move from Dallas or wherever you from, don't mean you gonna make it in another city just because you mad. What happens if you move and stay somewhere for a year and the same results happen? You gotta put the work in. You have to put in the work. You know what I mean? I'm still working. You know what I mean? I'm still logging in my hours. You know what I mean? I still ain't met enough people. I met some people, but I still ain't met enough people. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta get out there. You gotta, every 6 months I'm going out. I feel like if you're not doing the show, if you're not performing, go to an open mic and just sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch other people. Get out there. I remember Tony Baker, Tahir, Kevon Stage, Keon. They were just, I think it was Tony Baker and Kevon and Tahir, Kevon Stage and Tahir was talking about. Like, he's like, it was some nights that when they were first starting comedy, they just went out. They didn't even perform. They didn't perform that night. They were just in the mix. Like, you got to be in the mix. You gotta get around. You gotta get on the scene. Like, sometimes I just went out. I didn't even do anything. I was just there. And that's how it is. Like, you gotta, if you're really passionate about it, you gotta be on the scene. You gotta be out. You gotta be doing this. You gotta be mingling. You gotta be asking the question like, yo, how did you get on this? Like, who do I gotta talk to get on the next one? You know what I mean? Like, and then build up a rep. Like, especially if you're doing these, especially if you're hitting the same open mic every week. I told a colleague of mine, like, bro, we gotta hit this open mic up every week, bro. Because once they get to know us, I feel like once you get known enough, they expect you to be here. They expect, oh, he's here every week. He's here every week. He's here every week. He don't miss one. You know what I mean? But he shows up. You know what I mean? I feel like, and know your audience. Know your audience. If it's a chill vibe type thing, go. Just don't go to an open mic and you don't fit in. You stand there like a sore thumb. I've seen it. I've seen it a lot, and it's embarrassing. Like you giving it your all, and the crowd is looking at you like, okay, you know what you get into. Know the vibe. Read the room. Still do the set. Still do your 3-4. Do your 2-3 songs, but know your crowd and know what's going on. And if people are interacting and liking what you're doing, keep going back. Keep going back, because you're gonna build a following. Cause like it's like the open mic scene ain't as thick as it was before the pandemic. You know, a lot of open mics ain't the same. These same open mics ain't the same as it was. So you got to find out. I mean, at this point, from how I look at it, you got to take what you can get with them and just do them. And then build up a following. Just build up that following. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you got, just build up that following. Somebody going to like what you got going on. Like, let me check this. I found a lot of dope people at open mics that, like, yeah, this person is great. You know what I mean? And then then I'm gonna get up out of here. Like, some people are like, yo, you doing that open mic, you should try going to this one over here. Try them. I got this, what you call it, I'm doing. I think your sound will fit this. Come do this. You know, what's your number? What's your social? Yada, yada, yada. So we can, you know, it's so much to do. You know what I mean? Besides just, and like I said, what I just said, if you move, you got to do the exact same thing. You got to start from scratch. You know how stupid that looks? The same thing you're trying to avoid doing, you're going to have to do somewhere else. A lot of y'all just want a quick handout. A lot of people just want, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. They want that quick opportunity, but it don't work like that, B. It don't work that way. You're going to have to put the work in. But that's it. That's my take on it. That's my advice on it. But this has been episode 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Fairly short episode, 20-something minutes, 27 minutes. Like always, thank you for tuning in. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you share this video with your friends. And I got more music coming. And when I have guests on this show, it's going to be a live joint. It's going to be live. So make sure you ding that notification bell, because all the guest spots on here is going to be a live show, live stream. So tune into that, all right? I'll see y'all next time. Peace.